Hey nerds, this is Pam coming to you from Stationery Nerd. Today I want to talk to you about what happened in 2018 and kind of the progression of where I have been with my journals. Starting from January to February to April-ish to October-ish. So things kind of changed a lot and let's talk about it. Okay, so I'm going to give you the rundown of what happened in 2018. Okay, so let's talk about what happened in 2018. Dang it, just about the time when I thought she wasn't going to be here. Okay, so Pounce, let's just sit over here on the chair, okay? All right, so I'm going to set all of this aside. And for now, we're going to start here. This is a Tekukor. And you have seen this because I did a video where I was moving into my 2018 journal from this current one. So 2018 started here. So you can see that I was almost finished with this journal when I started. I'm gonna zoom in here. Sorry if I jiggle you. Okay, so this is my 2018 spread, and I started this obviously in January. Printed cover page, and then my printed word of the year, and then also the phrase of the year that carried over from 17 that I don't know, I wasn't done with it yet, so I just kept it around for a little while. That lasted, actually I would say that lasted about 4 or 5 months into the year before I felt like this was actually retired and this one was fully operational for the year. So, and then started right in with January, and then my normal daily spread that you all have seen a million times. And yes, I do 1 page per day, and I use it also to take notes. I was listening to some Dave Ramsey stuff. Not sure why that's blank. So that's kind of what I do. One day per page, adding notes as I go for whatever. And went all the way until I was completely out. So February 25th is when I ran out of pages, and I'm all the way to the pen test page. So from here, this Tekukor, I moved into another Tekukor, and this is my 2018 version. This is Norman the giraffe. I will link him below because everybody's always asking about him. Got him from the shop at Tyrian Design on Etsy. So 2018 started with that same cover page. I just didn't color it this time. And then again started with my printed word of the year, and then a printed version of my goals page, birthday tracker, and then my book tracker, which you've seen a video of, and then went right straight into my planning. And I believe what did I do? Did I start? I must have skipped the last few days of February because I started right in on March. Nope, actually here's February 25th through the 3rd. So oh, that's right. I was trying out weekly pages. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. In fact, I think I tore out a page here, and that's why there's washi tape. Yeah, that was kind of a fail. So it didn't take me long to actually get right back to my 1 page per day. So I was, hi Pounce. So I was in this journal. Here's April. Again, I just print out a, we're gonna put the cat over here. I just print out a calendar at a glance. I don't keep appointments in my journal. This is just a, all right, Pounce. Okay, I guess she's just gonna be there. So this is just a quick little rundown of what my month looks like. What's interesting is I've started doing this for my month cover page. All right, let's zoom out here a little bit so that we can give Pounce a little bit of space, and we can move over here because she's clearly not gonna leave. So anyway, all right, so anyway, what I do is I actually just do a quick accounting of what the month is gonna be, and I throw those appointments here. I use this page as the page that I kind of look forward to the month to see what's going on and what I need to prep for. I almost never come back to this page. It's literally a worksheet for me at the beginning of the month just to kind of get my bearings for what's coming ahead. All right, Pounce. All right, and then we did dailies. This is where you will see in May, I did the big craft room cleanup. If you haven't seen that blog post, I encourage you to go see it. Oh, I just completely wrecked that. Let's fix that. I don't know what's going on there, but all right, there we go. Boy, I must have used some really crappy tape when I put that in. All right, so quote page, and this begins some brain dump stuff that you've seen a video on as well, and then my no spending challenge. Okay, so it was right around here when something crazy happened. I moved out of this book. In fact, the no spending challenge is a thing that I went back and I did just recently. So the Tekukor got put on a shelf when, in April, actually let me just refer to my little cheat sheet here. In March, the end of March, I saw an Instagram picture that tempted me, and I actually asked about the traveler's notebook that was in the picture and asked what the maker was, and of course she came back and said, oh, it's Foxy Fix, but it's for sale if you're interested. So of course I snapped it up, and as soon as this arrived I moved in, and that was around the middle of April. So you can see that I have it set up for an ideas journal, my bullet journal here, and in fact this is the second insert. This was my first bullet journal, so you can see I have another April cover, and I moved into this on April 22nd, and then this lasted through around the end of June, and then I moved in here June 19th. And I have a stationery nerd business section, and then it just notes brainstorming section. So this was my journal until let's see, when did I stop using this? October 1st. So October 1st was my last day in here, and that's because, oh, Pounce, 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 stop it. Can you tell they really like elastic? All right, I'm gonna put that aside. So I was on Amazon just kind of browsing around like I do, when I discovered that my favorite journal maker, Tekukor, had expanded their line. This is the B6. Yes, Tekukor makes a B6. And yes, there's elastic, I'm sorry. All right, get. All right, got rid of the cat. So Tekukor makes a B6. I was so excited. But let's take a look at what a B6 is compared to other things that you'll know. So this is the Tekukor A6, which is smaller than a B6. And this is the Tekukor A5, which is bigger than a B6. So the B sizes were designed to fit in between the A sizes. So we have A5, B6, A6, B6, A7, etc. So this comes out to about 5 by 7. This is about 4 by 6. This is about 6 by 8. Those are not exact, but just kind of gives you a general idea. And then when I stack them on top of each other, you can see the sizing difference there. What I love about them is they carried this thick elastic band to all of the sizes. And that's one of my favorite features about this journal. Okay, so let's take a look at what this B6 did to me. So as soon as I had it in my hands, I kind of loved it. Not only because of the size, but also because of the paper. This is Tomoe River paper. There are 384 pages. The way that this paper feels is very much like Bible paper. It's very, very thin, except it is very durable. It takes fountain pen ink really well, and takes watercolor really well. In fact, let me just let me zoom in here, and I'm going to grab a fountain pen, and let me just write something. I'm hoping that this actually has ink in it. So the cool thing is, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but it kind of shimmers on the page. It just kind of sits on top of the page, and it yeah, you can't see that very well. I think this is black ink. Let me see if I can find a pen with a different color. All right, I am looking for, I think this is my TWSBI, and this has the Noodler's Pecan ink, so it's brown. Focus. So you can kind of see that it pools a little bit, and the way that it sits on the page is just beautiful. And yeah, as soon as I wrote on it for the first time, I knew that I loved it, and I completely abandoned the Traveler's Notebook and moved directly into here. So the cool thing is I got to play with watercolor, and you can see that all of these pages have different watercolor splatters all over them. And then I just started playing with different fountain inks. I wanted to see how much, this one's a little bit crazy dark. I wanted to see how much I could abuse it before it would give up the ghost, and actually it was perfect. It's awesome. So I moved in here, and of course I wanted to write as much as I could, so I started actually writing out the book of Proverbs, and in between those pages I would have planning pages, and then some scripture, and then planning, and then planning and scripture. So I was really just enthralled with this paper. And I used it right through the end of the year. Like here's December 14th, and I think that I didn't really do anything the week of Christmas. So there's a couple of problems with this, and that is the ghosting. So here is that same brown, the pecan ink, Noodler's ink, and then you can see here the ghosting is really bad. And you know what I feel about ghosting. I don't know why I tolerated this at all, but it's something that I just can't deal with. And so when I would add watercolor, then the ghosting was pretty much not there anymore. So you can see this is a watercolored page. There's ink here, but then you look on the other side and you can't really see anything from the other side. So the watercolor kind of blocks the ghosting issue. However, as I was using this, I mean, there's 384 pages in this journal. Look at how much I only used. I was literally in, I think, the second signature. Nope, I had just started the third signature of this book, and I had that many more to go. And then look at this. It doesn't actually close very completely. I love the fact that this paper gets all crinkly and like all yummy like this. I love the feel of it. I love the sound of it. But I also didn't think that I was going to make it through the entire book and through the entire year using this journal. Simply because I needed to add watercolor in order for the ghosting to not be an issue. So here's the stuff that we just did, and when you flip it over you can see the ghosting is really bad. There's absolutely no bleed through whatsoever, and I haven't had anything that I have used in this journal bleed through on the page, but the ghosting is kind of bad. So I got to the end of the year and I had to make a decision about what I was going to do for 2019. And so I decided that I liked this size, and I wanted to find another B6. So of course I scoured Amazon and I found a couple of options. So the Scribbles That Matter comes in B6. This is the teal color. It also comes in red. I'm gonna zoom you back out here a little bit. And then this is the red company, or Red Co. Here's the belly band for that. So the Red Co, this is actually an ocean blue. It's a dotted notebook. It has 240 pages and it is 5x7. There's an elastic band. The paper, I don't remember where I saw that the paper was 80 GSM, but once I got it and I did a pen test, I determined that this was not 80 GSM. This is actually 100 at least. So I did some really dark ink on this, and the pen test came out pretty well, enough that I actually chose this one over this one. I think because I like the color of this more. This elastic came like this and left an indentation. That kind of bugs me, but otherwise this is the one that I decided. We're gonna do full reviews on both of these, so don't worry, I'll be back with that. So this is where I'm at for 2019. I have moved in and I have started with my word of the year. You can see that this is just a printable from my shop. I added my word and printed it and added it on a piece of scrapbook paper and just glued it right in, double-sided tape. And then started with January, did a calendar of events, and then started right in. It looks like I started on the 3rd. And here I am, just kind of doing my normal routine of one day, 1 page per day. So this is where I'm at, 2019. 2018 was kind of a hot mess. So we ended the year with a Tekukor, started around February with a new Tekukor, and then suddenly got distracted into a Foxy Fix A6 traveler's notebook, and then the B6 Tomoe River paper journal from Tekukor. So there we go. There's my 2018 hot mess. It was definitely a mess. It was good up until things got weird. Around April, things got weird again around October. But I guess as you look through the pages, you can see that my layout doesn't really change. I have that down pat. I know exactly what I like on a page and how it works for me and for productivity. It's just, what is the journal itself going to be? By the way, one of my favorite pages ever. Loving the nerd life. So anyway, how was your 2018? Did you stay in the same planning system the entire year, or did you switch between a journal and a traveler's notebook, or a printed planner, or some other thing? I don't know. Let's chat in the comments below and see what we all did for 2018. All right, so I will check in with you again in a few weeks when I am in the 2019 planning system and kind of give you an update on how I like this new Redco. I don't know if you're supposed to call it Redco or Red Company. I don't know. Anyway, so Redco Ocean Blue B6 is my 2019 version. So we'll do an update on this as we go. All right, until next time, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, share this with a friend. And until next time, stay nerdy. Bye.